going in, we all gonna have our favorites and the way we think, but we never know until we see. Because like you say, if Canelo come out that thing hungry, it'll be a tough night.
Terence Crawford is too good for it to not be competitive for as long as it lasts, right? I just think Canelo is gonna knock him out. I think he's gonna stop him.
The hype around this fight is Canelo's fading because he's getting decisions while he's basically dropping everyone he fights. So I don't see where you're fading at, but Floyd got praised for getting decisions.
Experts remain divided on how the showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford will play out, many anticipating a dramatic finish. Boxing great Roy Jones Jr., speaking alongside Andre Ward, described the bout as a true 50-50th contest, given the elite skill sets of both fighters. However, Jones admitted he leaned slightly toward Canelo, remarking that everyone naturally has a favorite. He added that if Canelo enters the fight with the same hunger and determination he displayed earlier in his career, Crawford could be in for a very difficult night.
First hear about it, Dre. I like a lot of things about the fight. I like that Bud took his time when it beefed up early because he knew it was coming. So when you got time to get ready and get right, that's a big thing. You can't take nothing away from Canelo. Canelo has been there for a while. Great puncher, great boxer puncher. If Bud can take the punch, which we're pretty sure he can do, we'll have a good fight on our hands. I think there are several ways for Bud to win it, but one way for Canelo to lose it. I ain't gonna disclose none of that, but that's just my thoughts.
We'll do that as we get closer.
Exactly.
Yeah. But do you feel comfortable saying who you think the winner gonna be?
No, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna feel comfortable saying it because I like both guys. And when you got two guys of their caliber, you can't really count either guy out. You know that yourself.
That's a fact.
Bud is a champion. That says a lot. And on top of that, Bud is still hungry. You understand me? Canelo did his thing too, but I don't know if he got that hunger still left in him. You understand me? And that's what I think, that's the only thing that bothers me. If he's still hungry, then we in for a good night. But if he's not hungry, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I agree, man. I know it's gonna be a great fight, and it's not a lot of matchups in boxing that you can guarantee a great night. Like you can guarantee it's gonna be a great fight.
Without a question.
And I say that because just following both guys throughout the years, they both got the intangibles, the stuff you can't see unless you know what you're looking at. The stuff, it ain't an X and O thing, it's here, right? Like it's that stubbornness for greatness. Like Canelo, though he's had some mishaps, he's had some draws, he's had some losses, I feel like if you ask Canelo what happened there, he's got a perfectly good reason why that happened.
Exactly, that's everybody in boxing.
Right.
Boxing analyst Showbiz shared his perspective on the much-anticipated clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, arguing that age and proven dominance give Canelo the edge. While crediting Crawford's outstanding skill set, he noted that Crawford is 3 years older on important detail at the elite level of the sport. Showbiz also underscored Canelo's established legacy as one of boxing's greatest undisputed champions, with a resume that explains why many experts favor him. In Showbiz's view, the most reliable pick remains Canelo, whose experience, power, and championship pedigree continue to separate him from challengers.
That people have for Terence Bud Crawford. But for me, a 38, you guys know my takes, but a 38-year-old welterweight versus Saul Canelo Alvarez, undisputed super middleweight, who is 3 years younger than him. Listen, Terence Bud Crawford is too good for it to not be competitive for as long as it lasts, right? I just think Canelo is gonna knock him out. I think he's gonna stop him. I mean, probably not knock him out cold, but I think he's going to stop him. All right. Now, but what I can say is I saw Terence Crawford, his last workout shit, and for all of you guys who said that this photo was photoshopped and said that this wasn't real and all that shit, look at Terence Crawford's physique. Look, certain stuff you can't fake. Yeah, you could probably up the sharpness here, have certain lighting here, but it doesn't give you more muscles. If you're in shape, you're in shape. It doesn't add muscles that aren't there, like real Photoshop type of thing. Yeah, the lighting was good. He just got a pump out, right, a workout on, pause. But Still, this is how he looks right here. Just like you see him in natural light, you see him in black and white. The guy is in dog shape. All right. Another thing I liked about this episode, if you guys got to go to Terence Crawford's channel to see his episodes of him being prepared. I think this is the last one because right now it's fight week. It is fight week, everybody. No turning back now. All right. You got the media workout tomorrow. You got the press conference. I think when was that?
On the Porterway podcast, analysts compared Canelo Alvarez's current chapter to Floyd Mayweather's Money Mayweather era, noting that Canelo has moved beyond chasing titles. His name alone now defines the sport. While some critics argue that he may be showing signs of decline, the panel challenged that notion, stressing that Canelo continues to overcome every opponent regardless of style or pedigree. They hailed him as the greatest Mexican fighter in history and praised his reign as the most dominant, undisputed champion of recent times. To them, talk of decline says less about Canelo's performances and more about the hesitation of some to give him the full recognition he has earned.
The point where Floyd was at, where I remember covering Floyd for the Maidana fight, and my question to him live was, did you really pay $1.5 million for Maidana not to wear these horsehair gloves? And it's like, I don't have to tell you. And that's it. I'm Floyd. I told you I don't have to tell you, and he walks away. It's like, boxing is so different.
Look at this and Floyd's the best fighter of my lifetime. I was a little too young to watch Roy in the early 90s. That would have been a challenge to that claim, but it's I've been saying, like, just as important as his great career has been what he's left behind, and what he's left behind it isn't good. Look what it's producing. No, I think everybody agrees with that. Effect. Yeah, the Mayweather effect. So,
but there's a double standard because Canelo's in his what would you call it? Money Canelo era.
Yeah.
And to bring it back to the main subject of Crawford and Canelo, the hype around this fight is Canelo's fading because he's getting decisions while he's basically dropping everyone he fights. So I don't see where you're fading at, but Floyd got praised for getting decisions.
Yeah, but
you don't see a fade from Canelo?
That skull fight was rough.
I mean, but that was more. I don't think that was a fade. I don't think that was a fade more than it was self-entitlement, right? It's like, I'm Canelo. I'm not chasing you.
100%.
He didn't win the fight. Like, if we're forget CompuBox, because CompuBox is someone just like me with their Great Adventures clicker going just like this. So I can use my own television and my own eyes.
03 AD Oladipo delivered his final assessment by backing Terence Crawford to emerge victorious. He pointed to Crawford's tendency to open fights with sharp precision, predicting that the challenger could seize control of the early rounds against Canelo Alvarez. More significantly, Oladipo underlined Crawford's reputation as one of boxing's best finishers. Once he senses momentum turning, he doesn't just outpoint opponents, he dominates them. For Oladipo, the deciding factor will be Crawford's rhythm, if he establishes it. He believes Crawford can command the later rounds and secure a convincing win.
Each other and saying some stupid shit. Casual fans are like, oh, 1 second, what's going on? Like, is there something going on over there? And I feel like these two would do that. Plus, it's going to be a decent fight.
It will be a decent fight. Do you know who? It's only you mentioned it there. Do you know who? Not disappointed in terms of how his career has been going. I think it's going quite well, but that he's not a bigger name as Boots Ennis.
Yeah,
that guy has the style, everything, the flair, everything to be a big star, and he's just not. And you know what I think it is? I'm not having a go at Eddie Hearn. I think it's the matchmaking. I think he's fighting guys. Even now, go to 154. He needs those big fights. He needs those because at the end of the day, David Avanesian, it's like, okay, he's a good fighter, but like, they're going to put butts in seats.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, there's only so long you can matchmake him against people that we don't care about.
Yes.
Like even Stanionis, unification fight, Stanionis is good, but okay, you beat Stanionis, it has to be a bigger name.
Yeah.
I mean, Virgil Ortiz has been screaming for you. Erickson Lubin's there, just as something exciting, another American maybe. Sometimes you need that. Like the American fans won't relate to him fighting non-Americans that we don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know some of these guys that he's fighting, so that doesn't help. Anyway, look, we could go on and on and on and on, but this is Canelo Terence Crawford special.
It is.
Because we are only, so guys, we are filming this on Monday. So we're only, what, 5 days away.
See, I'm already
from
smiling.
From
I'm
what people
already
call
smiling thinking about
the
this
fight of the
fight.
century.
For a very long time, and he's gained that body, that experience. He has the power. He has the accolades to show it all off too. And of course, with Terence, I believe is the more skillful fighter, but he's going up a lot of weight classes to get there. He's never fought in 160, so that's a question. Is that weight really gonna affect him or not? The moment he gets hit in the arm or anything like that, is he gonna think otherwise? That's the question. But when it comes down to it, the way they are, Crawford is very skillful. He's very talented. He can box, he can brawl, he can do anything. But then Canelo also has that power to neutralize things. But he's always had problem with people who walks or runs around him or moves around him. So that's the question that I have to give it a 50-50 because I give Canelo the power, the leverage in this weight. But then I give the skills and the talent and the speed to Crawford. And that's why this is going to be a very, very, very interesting and entertaining fight.
Multi-division world champion Nonito Donaire shared a balanced view of the upcoming showdown. He noted that Canelo Alvarez has spent years perfecting his craft at super middleweight, developing proven strength and power in the division. By contrast, Donaire questioned whether Terence Crawford can effectively carry the added weight on fight night. Given that his dominance has largely come at lighter classes, even so, Donaire stressed that Crawford's elite attributes his adaptability. Precision and unpredictability make this a true 50-50
at many points of those fights. Even he's quote power. Even when Canelo was a young lad, a young Canelito, aka Cinnamon, growing up in Mexico, you hear Eddie Reynoso and Eddie Reynoso's father, who trained Canelo first, talk about how he was a big kid for his age. He was muscled up at 13, 14 when he started boxing in the gyms of Guadalajara. He was knocking out grown men by the age of 15, 16. And I know Terence Crawford was doing the same over in Omaha, Nebraska. My point is, Canelo has always carried some power, carried some strength, carried some devastation in his hands, and that's gone up with him. And I know that people have questioned that because who really carries that kind of power going up? But Canelo's been able to do it. And, people like Manny Pacquiao have been able to do it. Usually you go up, and when you go up in weight, your skill carries the bill. And Canelo has skill, and Manny Pacquiao had skill, but there's still that nasty, nasty power in his hands. And one of the things that we have seen is that Canelo, regardless if he's being outboxed maybe early in fights, or regardless if people have landed on him, look at the Caleb Plant fight, look at the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Again, not saying they're the same talent level, but he has found the
AN analyst reflected on the early chapters of Canelo Alvarez's career, highlighting how different his rise was compared to most fighters. From the outset, trainers recognized that Canelo possessed an extraordinary level of natural power well beyond his years. While most fighters spend years developing strength through conditioning, Canelo seemed to have it instinctively, making him stand out as a teenager. That raw power became the cornerstone of his professional style and has remained one of his greatest weapons. Opponents often describe the heaviness of his punches and the way he systematically breaks them down over time. Even after years at the sport's highest level, his power shows no signs of fading. For Terence Crawford, stepping up against this rare mix of size, strength, and experience represents a dangerous test, one where many believe Canelo's punching power could ultimately prove the deciding factor.
Floyd Mayweather, Dimitri Bivol in the Triple G fight, because Triple G was just made out of iron just like Canelo is, right? But usually that power carries him through. So one of his strengths is when he downloads, when he does dissect, when he does find the opening, he's able to capitalize in a big way. And all that boxing you did rounds 1 to 6, it may have you up on the scorecards, but it leaves you vulnerable from round 7 to 12.